So again and again, YouTube keeps telling me about n8n, but I always said, I'll try it later. Then a few days ago, I saw this automation. Upload an image, and it automatically transforms it into a 360-degree product video. My mind was blown. My family runs a local clothing store, and I was already imagining this. When I mouse over a product, the 360 video would start playing. I loved that idea, so I had to try it. But did it actually work, or did it turn into a weekend of pain? Well, let me show you. I started with some research and I've quickly learned two things. First, there's a ton of useful stuff that you can automate with n8n. They have this library of useful automations that people have already made, and you can copy any of these with just one click. And second, n8n has these subscription plans. They're not cheap, but I've quickly learned that you can host the n8n software yourself on your own server, because they've made the code public. So I was like, wait, I can install n8n myself just like WordPress? Where do I sign up? So first I'll show you how I've installed n8n so that I could get to this screen. Then we're gonna start building. So the first thing we need is a server, and I've quickly learned that Hostinger is the best option. They have the best reviews with a 30-day money-back guarantee. This link, hostinger.com/maker10, gives the biggest discount on their n8n plans. They have 4 plans, but you probably need one of the first 2. n8n likes to use a bunch of RAM, so I've chosen the second one for my heavier image jobs. Then I went for 12 months. It's by far the best deal. And you get a free domain name for 1 year. Then you can choose what app you want on your server. And of course we want n8n. Up here for the coupon code, use Maker10. It will give you an extra 10% off, which is the biggest discount you can get. So I paid about $90 for a whole year, with domain name included. Then log in with your Google account and follow the steps on screen to check out. Create a password for your server and then finish setup. And now it's installing. And it's so cool that you can install and self-host this. Because by self-hosting it, we get unlimited workflows and unlimited executions. So I don't have to worry about any monthly usage fees. Instead, it's all much cheaper and fully private on my own server. Which means that I own this and I can customize it however I want. And who doesn't love owning their own work? So when it's done, just click Manage VPS. And you have your n8n app already installed right here. Just click Manage App. Then you can create your admin user, so just fill this in, and boom, you're in. This is now your own private and cozy automation playground. Let's use it to conquer the world. Just kidding, let's build our 360-degree video automation. But I've never even seen this n8n screen before, so how on earth am I even gonna start? Even imagining it, I figured this automation might be quite complex. So first, I've spent some time getting familiar with this UI. To be honest, it feels a little complicated at first, but it's super easy and intuitive once you poke around. And also, tools like ChatGPT or Perplexity are a great help. You can ask them how to build anything inside n8n, and they have helped me massively. But let me show you everything that I've learned in just 60 seconds. I started by creating something super simple. To create a new workflow, just click up here, and then it's just like building with Legos. Click this plus to see all of the Legos that you can use. In n8n, these Legos are called nodes. And the first one we want is a trigger node. So you could choose this one if you want it to run on a schedule like every 5 minutes, or we can trigger it manually. So now it only runs when you click execute workflow down here. Next we need more Legos to tell it what to do. So I'll click plus again and I'm gonna search for Perplexity. If you haven't heard of Perplexity, it's like ChatGPT, but it's super good for searching the internet. And I want to message this model. I can write my message here and I'm just gonna ask it to give me the top 10 most important news about n8n from the past 24 hours. Just make me a summary. Then go back and I'm gonna drag a connection between my execute node and the Perplexity node to link them. I can click this broom to tidy everything up, and then I can execute my workflow. Sip some coffee while it runs. And when it's done, double click it to see the result. So we have all of the search results here that it scanned. And at the end, we have the 100-word summary that we asked for. Cool, so now let's go back and let's do something with that message. I'm gonna search for Gmail because I want to send myself an email, but you could also send it on WhatsApp, Slack, Facebook, or anything you want. Then choose Send a Message. I'm gonna put in my email and the subject latest n8n news. I want to send text, and for the message I want the 100-word summary from Perplexity. We can find it on the left side right here. It's this content field and we can drag it inside our message field. Then go back and let's execute. I just got that email with the latest news. And this is what it looks like. Cool, so now instead of doing it manually each time, you could add a schedule trigger. With this, your workflow will run automatically each day. I'll set it to run at 9 AM so that I get my news each morning. Then go back and we want to link this to the Perplexity node. So just drag it like this. Now we can activate this workflow and we can also remove this execute trigger. Let's clean it up and then save it. And now you're gonna start getting those emails at 9 AM each morning. Super cool. So after learning the basics with some smaller projects like this, I felt ready for my 360-degree video workflow. We are not going to build it from scratch, because that would take a while. But what's cool is that you can copy it from me. Just go to the link in the video description and you can download this text file. Just copy everything inside, then go to your n8n and Ctrl-V or Command-V to paste it. Click this zoom to fit down here and boom, you've got it. Just click execute to run it. Then put in your image into this form, hit submit, and it will take about a minute to make you the final result. Now the workflow is running and I'll slow it down to explain what it does. First, in step 1, we upload our image. This is the image that I've put in and you'll see 2 different videos with it in a second. After that, we define some settings, like how long we want the video to be. Usually it's 5 or 10 seconds and I have it set to 5. Then we talk to ChatGPT. First, we send it our image and we ask it to describe it in detail. You can see that it recognized what's in the image and it told us that it's a bag. We will need this later in step 2 and I'm gonna show you why. Then we talk to ChatGPT again and this time we ask it to write a cinematic video ad prompt that we will use later to generate our video. And it wrote this prompt right here. We will also need to use this in step 2. So finally we unify all of this data and we move on to step 2. In step 2, we first want to create an image. Because the image that we've put into our form might be bad quality or might just not be the right angle to start a 360-degree video from. So this is the image that we've put in and this is the image that we've created. And we did it by using our uploaded image as a reference, together with that ChatGPT prompt that we created at step 1. This new image is higher quality and it's a better starting point for our 360 video. So next we're gonna send this new image along with the video prompt that we created in step 1 to the video generation model. We request a video and we wait for it to process. Making an AI video takes a while, so basically we wait 10 seconds and then we ask if the video is done. If it tells us that it's still processing, then we go back to waiting another 10 seconds and then we ask again. We keep asking every 10 seconds until the video is done. And when it's done, we move on to step 3. Over here, we just save the link to the video so that we can access it later. Then we also download the video and we upload it to Dropbox. But you can also use Google Drive if you want. So now if I open this, like I said, the link is saved over here. We can open it and here's our 360-degree video. Awesome! It's also super easy to edit this workflow and make it your own. For example, you can open up the image prompt and at the end we can basically just say, I've changed my mind, make the background colorful. Now go back and let's run it again with the same image. And boom, I'm telling you, this is addicting. The possibilities are endless. And playing around with n8n has given me so many ideas that I can't wait to show you. I've actually made a bunch of other cool things, like this one right here. It reads the comments on a YouTube video, and then it can change my website's design based on that. So you can literally comment on one of my videos, and you would change the way my website looks. I think that's gonna be super fun, so subscribe if you wanna see it. But hold on, there's one last thing. You should also learn how to set up your own credentials in n8n, like mine over here. You're gonna need these if you want to use these workflows yourself, but they're easy to set up and I'm gonna leave a link below to a video that explains it. Please don't forget to like the video and leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching.